All right, we have another community replay from Cool Umbrella and the Central Scrutinizer, two people who hang around the Vermin League a lot. We have Beastmen versus Bretonnia. At the end of Warhammer 2, this was an extremely Beastmen-favored map, but since the changes to Traderkin and some of the nerfs on Torox, plus the move to Ultra Unit Size, Bretonnia has a little bit more teeth in this matchup these days. A little bit more. Also, the new tech piece that has been coming out, I know I've seen Blood Penguin use it, I've seen some other people also pick them up, but the Grail Guardians are here. These are not the Grail Knights, they're not the anti-large variant, these are the sword and board Grail Guardians. 120 armor, 58 melee defense, plus 20% physical resist, and ITP, perfect vigor. They're solid. For the Beastmen Force, we do have the Butcher's Account Guard, Minotaurs with Shields ROR, that gives them regen. We have a Doombull with Barbed Knuckle Boxing and Slaughterer's Call. A Bray Shaman of Wilds with Traderkin, Devolve, and then his Jagged Dagger for some regen. Triple Centaurs with Throwing Axes. Triple Centaurs melee version. 4 dogs, 2 of which are poisoned, 2 of which are not, and then 5 Ungor Spearman herds. Simple build. Spears, light cav, dog units, and then 1 real world beater in the Doombull and his Minotaur compatriots. On the other side, we do have a Peasant Mob frontline backed up by Battle Pilgrims, including the ROR, Holy Wardens. We have 3 Peasant Bowmen, none of which are the poison variant. We do have some Spearmen at Arms for a little bit of extra support. 2 Grail Guardians, and the Beast Slayers of Bastogne ROR Foot Squires, the anti-large and armor piercing. And relying your entire cav force on 2 Grail Guardians can be rather risky if they get sniped out by like throwing axes or something. But a lot of that money has gone into Foot Fey Enchantress with Dwellers Below, Earthblood, her Chalice of Potions. We have Gotrem and Felix. Gotrem and Felix. Felix does provide AoE regen to all heroes and lords in his vicinity as long as he's in melee combat, but the Fey Enchantress can also just spam out Earthbloods for all of them. So it's the Foot Hero Core gonna try and carry Bretonnia to victory. Meanwhile, dog units pile into these Spearmen at Arms, so the Spearmen are actually going to trade up in that situation, and especially with a counter charge from the Grail Guardians. Those dogs will have a very, very bad time. Elsewhere, Ungor Spearman herds are piling into peasants, but Ungor Spearman herd are maybe the only infantry unit in the game that can rival peasants for sheer terribleness, I guess. Like, even Skaven Slaves perform better than these two, I think. It just, for some reason, they're terrible. I mean, that's kind of the Beastman identity, but they're more terrible than you think they would be. Grail Guardians did peel off those dogs. Now they're going to run over and deal with these Centaurs throwing axes that dove in to try and stop the Peasant Bowmen from shooting, but it's not going to be enough for them. And the Beastmen also are having struggles on that far side as more Battle Pilgrims are flanking these Ungor Spearman herds. They'll have a bad day. Hero Core is running around, and this is going to be a huge Traderkin. Ow. It hit one of the Grail Guardians and all 3 single entities. And single entities are exactly what that spell is used for these days. It does a lot of damage to them. You can see the Fey Enchantress. She took a walloping, and she has spell resist. Gotrem has spell resist, too, and he took a lot. Butcher's Account Guard going to plow straight into these Peasant Bowmen, and it looks like the Beast Slayers of Bastogne will have to go deal with them. And the Doombull's following up. Grail Guardians want none of that mess. They just want to stay away from it. Centaurs stuck fighting the Grail Guardians, but their 29 melee attack is not going to be nearly enough to get through the Grail Guardians. Not even close. Those guys take very little damage as the Fey, Gotrem, and Felix come over to try and support things. Frontline fight, Bretonnia is still holding, still doing strong, going strong, doing fine. They're vibing. Vibing and surviving. On the far side, the Beastmen send some monstrous help to help out their Ungor Spearman herds and actually routing off the peasants and the Battle Pilgrims. We'll see if it works, as archers are also teeing off into them, and the Beast Slayers of Bastogne are still lurking around. Yahar. Throwing axes, causing these poor little peasants to get chopped down like trees. Battle Pilgrims also suffering that fate. And the hero squads, rolling dirty, rolling strong, doing whatever they want. Meanwhile, Peasant Bowman getting run over by this Bray Shaman of Wilds. They're close to routing, but they need a little more oomph next to them. Maybe the Butcher's Account Guard can come over and help out or something. We have a full health unit of Centaurs in the back that has not been able to get involved. We also have a dog unit here fighting Spearmen at Arms. He doesn't want to be here. He's getting drained down by the Fey at the moment. He'll probably rout soon. But yeah, some of these Centaurs have to get a little more active in the backfield. They have to stop these bowmen. Grail Guardians think about fighting the Butcher's Account Guard, then decide not to, and fuck off. Still have 2 elite Bretonnian infantry units that are very healthy, 2 Grail Guardians that are very healthy, and their hero core. But yeah, Bretonnia has a lot left. Beastmen are even on the balance of power. I would tend to agree. I mean, they have shut down a lot of the archers. Butchers and Calvin Guard are still healthy, and wow, getting an amazing trade in these Grail Guardians right now. Really doing a lot of damage. Wherever that full health Centaur is, he's got to find his way to the backfield and hit this Peasant Bowman. That guy can't be allowed to live. Can't be allowed to just live like this. Peasants holding strong on that far side. Even with the Doombull and Butcher support, they were there for a long time, and still Bretonnia ended up winning out on the infantry fight. Chalice of Potions is getting cast, and some Centaurs and Ungor Spearmen piled up. And there's another Traderkin. The Fey Enchantress is going to wander into it, though it did not quite land before she came in, so it is just going to hit the Grail Guardians, the Beast Slayers, Gotrek, and Felix. That Comet might have changed the tide, as the Centaurs are now without Ungor Spearman support. They will get pushed off, it looks like, by the Holy Wardens. They don't really like being in sustained combat for too long. And these Grail Guardians are just trying to shake their Centaur companions. They don't even care. They're just like, leave us alone. We have other things to do. Now the Butcher's Scouting Guard and the Doombull will make them definitely want to leave, and it looks like they will get orders to move out from there. Bray Shaman of Wilds, cycle charging everything he can to try and get it to rout off. Beastmen do cause a little bit of a mass Bretonnian rout. We even have some dogs chasing them off into the distance, but they have to get a little more aggressive. They're currently chasing off shattered units, which isn't that important. Same with that full health Centaur we saw earlier that's now got nuked. They need to get the archers or chase routing units. They need to spend less time fighting, you know, the Holy Wardens in the front line. Ungor Spearmen dealing with Grey Guardians, but they're still a full health one. Ugh. Alright, Felix is half HP, Gotrek's full, Fey Enchantress is full, Doombull and the Butcher's Calvin Guard. They've been doing alright, they've been running around, they've been busting some fools' heads. What the hell was that? That was a weird looking Traderkin, but it hits both Grail Guardians, saps them a little bit, probably should just be focused on the hero core. Need to cast Traderkin after Traderkin after Traderkin on that hero core rather than the Grail Guardians. Grail Guardians are an okay target, it's just the hero core is a little bit better. Butchers, again, fighting the Fey, trying to get a little snipe on her. It looks like it's not working. They will instead come over and chase down these Grail Guardians some more. Two Centaurs with throwing axes, running low on ammunition, but high on health. They could be used in the late game to chase off any number of these things. Dogs chased off a different thing and got it to shatter. But I wonder about the Beastmen's real killing power, because they don't have a whole lot left. Butchers are a lot of their killing potential. Grail Guardians fighting to the last against the Doombull, against the Bray Shaman of Wilds. Just don't know if it's going to be enough. Centaurs and throwing axes doing their best to finish off the Bretonnian infantry in the distance. Grail Guardians are fighting the Butchers. They get a little bit of healing support from the Fey Enchantress, but it's not soon enough for one of them that routes, and that 100% has to be chased by dogs or Centaurs or something, otherwise it'll come back. Another big Traderkin. This one not even overcast, but just taking the opportunity to hit every single target left in the Bretonnian army with a big Traderkin. While the Butchers and Calvin Guard just try to get away, these Grail Guardians are stuck on him like, no, now it's your turn to be poked to death. Bretonnia has a bit of an infantry corps still in it. Centaurs finish off that peasant mob. Other Centaurs trying to chase things down, including those Grail Guardians. Dogs are still chasing things. So we have some healthy chasers left, but not a lot of real violence committing fools. With barbed knuckle boxing, the Doombull is trying to get into a fist fight with Felix, and Gotrek says, "Manling, deal with it yourself. I'm busy doing Gotrek things." And now he's going to come back. Another Earthblood from the Fey Enchantress will keep him nice and healthy. It looks like the barbed knuckle boxer himself and the Bray Shaman Wilds are going to have to fuck right on off. Otherwise, they will be stuck here forever. Another undercasted Traderkin hitting everything left in the Bretonnian army, except for those Grail Guardians off in the distance who are now fighting Centaurs and Ungor Spearman herds. Doombull has to get out of here. He does not want to fight with Gotrek at all. They do manage to rout Felix, and a big charge in from all these Centaurs is going to finish off the last couple of infantry units. Though they might get caught in a big Dwellers Below, and it looks like they will. They're just committing to the fight against Gotrek and the Fey Enchantress. I have to think that that's a mistake. Grail Knights were also allowed to come back. Sorry, Grail Guardians. Grail Guardians were allowed to come back, giving Bretonnia a decent cav force in this dark hour. Doombull and Bray Shaman Wilds are both trying to fight, along with the Butchers and Calvin Guard, really just doing a big surround. But I don't know. We have a bunch of dogs and Centaurs and other pieces that could be used to chase while you spam Traderkins from a distance and get off more damage. Or finish off the Grail Guardians. Really anything but fighting Gotrek in melee with large targets. He is loving this. He's living his best life out there. Healing cap is in sight for Felix, Gotrek, and the Fray. Meanwhile, Grail Guardians pushed off once more. This other one might go soon with allies routing nearby. The Doom Bull is still alive. Trader King Caster's still alive, though they are both very injured. Dogs are going to have to do some work. Probably chase down Felix. Don't let him come back, and they do. They just pile straight into him. But Beastmen are doing it right now. They're doing it right. You gotta chase everything off. You gotta chase everything off. Can't overcommit to these fights. Grail Guardians, still getting healing. So are Gotrek. So is the Fey Enchantress. We're saving up for another Trader Kin. Grail Guardians are back, and is in a different cast that I don't know if came out before this, but I was playing against Wood Elves. My Grail Knights also came back every single time. They just never ran out of health. Centaurs and single entities trying to avoid Grail Guardians. Just don't want to deal with them. Butcher Scout Guard chasing off stuff, it's good. Centaurs chasing off stuff, it's good. And most critically, they're saving up Winds of Magic for another Trader Kin. Looks like the Grail Guardians are going to take the fights. The Centaurs have no option but to turn and fight them. With a little bit of support from the Doom Bull, they should win this. Should is a pretty key word in that sentence. And now they're going to try and void the Fey Enchantress and her squad again. Which is, you know, fair. A little bit of time too fast forwarding. I honestly forgot I could for a second there. As the Beastmen try and finish off random units. Felix is allowed to come back, which could be a huge mistake. Grail Guardians and Butchers looking to go head-to-head as all the Beastmen pile in. Beast Slaves of Bastone are shattered. Grail Guardian shattered. Other Grail Guardian routing. It is down to the 3 single entities, but Felix is coming back. Now, he doesn't have healing, sure, but he might have helping hand up or something. You know, his damage resist thing he could throw on somebody. Maybe. Fey Enchantress is Mortis Engine draining down this entire blob. Doom Bull's trying to find a fight. He's trying to get in there. Butcher Scout Guard are in here as well, doing their very best. But I don't think it is going to be enough. Helping Hand is cast on the Fey Enchantress, giving her 40% damage resistance. And that is an oof from me, my friend. We still haven't seen a Trader Kin in quite a while. I have to imagine that there's either not Winds of Magic for one just left in the pool at all. Because, I don't know, it wouldn't be held till now. Unless, like, he's just getting the Winds of Magic back now. But there's, like, no way he's tactically holding onto it just in case. It's like, now or never. Chase off Felix again. He's terror routing. He's even dead. He's entirely dead. But the Doom Bull gets charged. But the last of these Grail Guardians, they're still here. Holy shit. They come back and they finish him off, only to get rear charged by Centaurs, but their leadership is about to fail without their Doom Bull friend. Trader King Caster and his Centaurs trying to finish off these Grail Guardians that just don't want to go. The Fey doesn't want to go either. Oh my god! There they go, they shatter. It is officially Gotrek and the Fey, but I think they can take this. Butchers are almost dead, Centaurs are feeling real low. This Trader King Caster. Unless he has an overcasted Trader King in his back pocket. It doesn't look like it. And the Foot Squad is strong. 1,300 value on the Doom Bull, 1,700 on the Butcher Scout Guard, 5,300 value on the Wilds Caster. Throwing Axes did great, Centaurs did fine, Dogs struggled a bit, one of them did well, Ungor Spearmen did pretty poorly. Excuse me. Fey Enchantress 2,700, Gotrek about 1,000, Felix 2,250. Sorry. Grail Guardians actually neither paying for themselves, but they were. I felt like they were really good in that game. The RORs of Bretonia did all right. The Peasant Bowmen did well. Battle Pilgrims did fine, and the Peasant Blanks all did decently. 5,300 on that caster. Roar. Subscribe, yes.